Hello everyone and welcome back to Batman Arkham episodes. Matter of Family, the Batgirl DLC, and last time we left off we had just saved the hostages. So without further ado, let's get into this.
Barb, you okay?
Fine.
What was that?
A bad joke.
Joker tends to make a lot of those.
He's about to make his last one.
Now,
Batgirl, something
like I've said in previous videos, I will be doing most of the side extra stuff.
Follow my signal. I'm waiting for you.
And by the sounds of it, we just got our first bomb. So we're going to go meet Robin and shut down our first bomb. Now I will be doing the I've forgotten what they're called, but you basically go around the entire fun fair and you learn how the previous owner died and how he basically built this park for his daughter, which is basically the girl that Batgirl mentioned in the beginning of the video. Crap. I forgot that you have to backclaw those electric people. Best thing to do with these is normally take down the medical person first, because he is a git for doing loads of stuff. Like for instance, if you knock someone out, he can revive them, he can electrify someone's suit, and he just is a pain in the ass for just those two things really. Yes, I wanted to break this down into 3 parts. This obviously is part 2. Part 3 will be the last one. I'll probably get mostly near the end and then end the video.
I need to deactivate.
And what I'll do is after I complete the story mode, I will probably finish off with anything that I've missed. But I probably won't actually show me getting all of the chattering teeth and the balloons and those little Harley Quinn boxes. Also, there is a Easter egg to Starro, the weird starfish thing. Alright. And I will be going to it and showing you it. And another balloons, and we will now be doing this one next. So there should be one more set of hostages after this, which I'll probably do that in this video. Alright, time to fight. Get the explosive gel ready, because that's what you need to actually break the glass. Remember to backclaw this time. Get rid of the medical person. Now, the fighting on this is quite fluid. It's not as bad as it used to be, because having played all of the Arkham series, I will say that Arkham City wasn't too bad. Arkham Asylum, the sort of combat was a bit stiff. Arkham Origins was more like more like Arkham City was, more sort of fluid. But this is, I would say, is the most fluid, because it's more reactive than previously. Now, of course, as you all saw, after each time that you do one of these, there is a bomb to disable until after the third one, the third set of hostages. That is when you then get to face the Joker, because Robin will mention that he's found him. Doing very well with combat at the moment. Good to see, considering. With any luck, I don't get hit at any point. I think after this I might actually start doing the tapes for the guy who owned the fun fair.
I've got a bomb here and the wiring is a little unorthodox.
I'm headed your way.
Well, after the bomb that we now have to disable. Mostly I'll probably ignore any criminals that are just about. Like the ones that are currently behind me. Especially considering the timer is already gone. So on this one you have to disable the bomb straight away, and then you get into fighting criminals. Nope, that was the wrong one. No, wrong one again. And there we go.
Not even a
Correct one that time.
Being a prospective partner is never easy for birds. Robins and bats solve this problem by eating
And now
time invested
we fight.
in charming each other with wild displays of
Now of course, this game itself, Arkham Knight, was more of a tag team one, which is why we're fighting with Robin. Also, I do prefer this one because of the fact that you can sort of switch who you're playing as during combat, like that. Gives more of a range of characters to play as well, which is always nice.
Boy Wonder, over here.
And of course, after the next episode, well, the next part, I will be ending this series, and then I'll either do Tomb Raider first or Mortal Kombat, obviously. I'll probably decide which one I want to do, and then I'll do it, and then I'll
Picked up a trail of
get on with the walkthrough.
Joker,
Could be.
let me know what you find.
Will do.
Right, now to take care of the criminals outside. And then I'll probably get on with doing the guy who owned the fun fair. His little tapes. They basically mention about his daughter and how he made the park for her. And all that stuff. And then there's a room to go in to get his final tape, but I'll probably do that after I've ended the story. And that's that. And as I have mentioned in the last video, the PlayStation Now that I talked about in the last part of this series, it won't let me record with the current system that I'm using. If I ever get a professional camera, I can just do the PS3 games anyway. But because it won't let me record, the idea of doing the PS3 games is pretty much out at the moment. Never was really good at doing this, even in real life. And of course, that's 3 strikes, and it's reset. And of course, with each of these, you have to do a puzzle, which at the moment it's I'm not sure what this game is called. I can't really remember it. I think it was basically called Pair or Snap or something. Alright, so that's 1 fail. But now that I know that's the crab, I know where the other crab is. Now I know where that one is. Now this one is pretty much a guess. I know where that one is. And I will be quiet during the tapes.
My dear Katie, you cannot know how happy I am that you will get to see the park before we officially open to the public. You should know that all this you see around you comes from our talks in the hospital. Daddy was paying attention, and he used your drawings for inspiration. When I showed them to my friend, Dr. Quinzel, she said you were a very talented little girl, and that I was a very lucky father. Don't I know it?
And as you can hear, that was basically the first encounter between the park owner and Harley Quinn, who obviously was doing it for Joker, who wanted the park. And as you can hear when you listen to it, he's a very sweet father. He means well. And yet he did a deal with Joker, who really, you should have known he was a psycho, considering he looks like a psycho. He's a mental man who looks like a clown. Should have known. I love those twats, because they run like hell at you, and then you can easily just throw a batarang in their face, and then they're done. Seems odd. Surely Joker should hire more smarter people, instead of idiots like him. Get rid of the chattering teeth and move on to puzzle number 2. There are 4 altogether, and of course there's the room that I mentioned previously. Now I think that Starro Easter egg thing is near here, so after I've done this I'll probably go find it.
Understand this, but what happened to us? What happened to you? Changed my life for the better. Even Dr. Quinzel says I'm much more alive and present since I gave up work to take care of you. Actually, come to think of it, she was the one who suggested I build this place for us. To inspire me, she introduced me to a strange man in a purple suit who gave me a lot of unique ideas for the park. He calls himself Jack White. He's got a great laugh and sense of humor. I think you'd really like him.
And I think she wouldn't. If she was introduced to Joker, she probably would crap herself. And the fact that for children, he is the most scariest man there is. Right. In here is the Easter egg. For anyone who doesn't know, Starro is basically a giant living star. Starfish. Ta-da! Now, of course, there's only one in there, which either means that one is missing, or there's another one to be found. Or they're planning on putting something else in there. Right, I think the next puzzle is basically to do with bumper cars. Yep. Get rid of that chattering teeth. So yeah, this next one is to do with bumper cars. You have to basically try and find a way to get the main one to the other end, basically. The main one is the pink one, the other ones are the blue ones, obviously. You have to maneuver the blue ones to actually get the pink one up the other end. To be fair, I probably should be standing at the other end, but, you know, don't overly matter where I'm standing. Right. Yeah, definitely need to... I'll probably just stand up this end, makes it a little more easier. I roughly remember how to do this. It's basically just a lot of maneuvering around to get this pink one up the other end. Now move that back, move that back. Then that one can go all the way back there, and then all three of these can move out the bloody way. And here we go.
The scariest day was when the doctors told me there was nothing more they could do for you. And that you were going to die. We can be grateful to Jack for referring us to Dr. Penelope Young, who did for you what traditional medicine couldn't. It's because of her special treatments that you're here today. I thank Jack endlessly for referring us, and even offered him a new wardrobe. But he told me he was quite satisfied with his wardrobe and didn't seem too pleased about the suggestion. I really hope I didn't offend him after all he's done for us.
Well, one, there is a likely chance that he did offend him with offering the suit. Two, that goes to show that he was involved with Penelope Young quite early on. And this now means I have to do that particular area, because I just knocked him down. Right, I'll do this area and then I'll finish up with that tape stuff before I go and fight Joker. So, let the hunt begin. Kind of. Although at this point it's not entirely a hunt. Now it's a hunt. Alright. 4 guys. 3 now. All of them armed. And of course, I will take down all of them. Now, for this one, for this game, there is a lot of traps and stuff that you can use with the computer to incapacitate your, well, the people you're hunting, basically. Alright, now for the last 2. While they're distracted with the hanging criminal, I was going to say villain, and kicking the spine. Alright. Now, I think what I have to do now wasn't that. It's basically try and stop the Ferris wheel from spinning at incredible speeds. Alright, time for the second hunt to begin.
I've got a situation here.
Hold on, I'm heading to your position.
No.
Alright,
I can take care of this.
9 hostiles, all armed, 1 medic.
Alright. If there's anything...
I'll let you
Honestly,
know.
I really should try and take out the medic first. Otherwise, he can cause quite a bit of trouble, considering he can revive at least, I think it was 3 people after I've knocked them out.
You better get back, girl, to the
There we go. It's one down. 8 to go. This one should be easy. Another one down. Now in this area it's semi-easy to hunt them all down and incapacitate them, as you can see. It's basically a case of hit and run sort of thing. Of course, if I don't take out that medic, none of this is going to matter, because he can just revive the little gits. He doesn't seem like he's going to step on the floor, so but we do have one that is. 5 left. Sneak up behind this guy. Looks like the medic is busy, or was. Really need that medic unconscious, because he can't revive himself. But really I don't want to risk getting into an open conflict with people with guns. Well, that one was screwed. Need to find a way to take the rest of them out, obviously. Now with those floor grate bombs, as you'll notice, there's like little flickering flames on the floor to indicate where to stay away from. So those would be the places to avoid. You actually can stay in the floor grates. Right, so it looks like he's revived at least one of them, which is why this is quite difficult, leaving him conscious, but I can't get to him, which is the problem really. So yeah, as you can see, the floor is sort of flickering flame wise. If you're anywhere outside of the perimeter that it shows, you will be fine. So that's 2 people revived by the medic. If I can corner the little git, I can actually take him out. He seems like he's on his own. Then again, there's his mohawk wearing friend here. I think the medic's about to revive another person as well. But now this one's taken out. So now we're back down to 5. Up again to 6. And back down to 5 again. Right, I think now the medical has run out of revivals. So this should be a lot easier. Yep, because he's now showing up as a normal person. Right. Now this will be more of a decent one. Now I can take down multiple people. So that was 3 in one shot. Now the next 2 should be easy as hell. Sneak up behind you. Probably wasn't the best idea to have done a loud takedown at this point.
To get the hostages down.
Right, now stop the Ferris wheel. Simple as that. Oh yeah, you have to take this off first. That wouldn't work in real life. But then again, these games aren't realistic. And that's the first hostage saved. I think there's only 2 on this Ferris wheel, so these will be the last 2 hostages anyway. Other than Gordon, who is with the Joker. And that's number 2. Now we can get on with doing the fairground owners tapes. Which, considering what the last one is, it might take at least 2 attempts. Because you basically have to go up as high as you can and then drop down as fast as you can and make the most almighty of impacts. So we will be going to that one right now. It's where all those criminals are. But I'm thinking to go up anyway. That way when I come down, I've already have done it. Sounds simple enough, but I doubt it will be. I'll either miss the damn thing, and that's what those Harley Quinn box things do. Right, just down there, that's where we need to go. Now basically all you need to do is glide until you think you're over it, or do what I do, because that gets up quite some speed, although I screwed that up.
Need to get to Robin.
But basically what you have to do is glide over it until you think you're directly over the button, then come nose diving down as fast as you can, which as you go down you'll pick up speed anyway, which the impact will then activate the tape. Why it is this way, I don't know. Right, now this area is clear. Well, it seems I'd forgotten to activate it in the first place, so even if I did hit it, that wouldn't have worked out too well. Right, now to give it a second shot, and it should work this time because it's active. Now of course if you miss it or you don't do the maximum amount of impact like I just did, you won't reach that far. So what it'll probably be best to do is glide for a little longer and then make sure I actually am aimed straight for it. Right, third time's a charm. Alright, should be over it right about now. Sort of, you can aim yourself in midair anyway. And here we go. Done.
You know, it wasn't so easy getting this place up and running. Some inspectors nearly shut us down, but Jack somehow convinced them to change their minds. As a thank you gesture, I bought him a new purple suit, imported from Italy. But he said it was violet, and that he only wore
Robin found Joker.
purple
There's a
means
good chance he
brown.
has my dad.
I guess your daddy doesn't know the difference between purple and violet. In any case, I have to get Jack something meaningful to thank him for all his help throughout this ordeal.
And the thing he actually does give him is the funfair itself, as you can tell. Alright, now we go meet Robin and get started with taking Joker down. I will go to the last room with the last tape in it after I've dealt with Joker in the next part. And that will basically be that. Right. It's fairly easy to actually get to the Joker. Well, to Robin. Alright. And that is where we need to go.
What was that?
Came from the main tent. Hurry, Barb.
Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I have been GamerMadness. I'll see y'all in the next video of mine. And as always, this is
Game over.